Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to hang out with me. Today's video, I'm super excited because it is my first Shop My Stash video in a hot minute. I normally like to take my vlogging camera and go through each drawer picking out the products that I want to use, but I couldn't find that camera. It was MIA. These are the products that I picked out. This is going to be for the entire month of February. One of my goals in 2020 is to use up products as well as decluttering some items that are just taking up space or they're just not working out for me. I am just holding them on for whatever reason. Hopefully I will be able to get a good idea after a month-long Shop My Stash if these products will stay or will they be decluttered or put aside for another full face of reject makeup, which I'll link that video. My Shop My Stash playlist will be linked to watch previous Shop My Stashes. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give this video a like. Let's get into it. Looking at everything now, I might have gone overboard, especially since I'm working on a Project Pan video. I'll link that video as well. Hoping that these will be able to complement the products in my Project Pan. That way, I'm not just using my Project Pan items over and over again. I chose out two primers. I chose out the Ulta Beauty Hydrating Face Primer. The actual Ulta brand face products are really good. Primers, bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. This was part of like a buy two get two free when I picked up some of the Ulta highlighters. I've only used this a handful of times, but I remember really liking it. So I just want to play around with it a little bit more, especially since February is going to be a little bit colder. At least that's my hope, because we've had a very mild January, which is very concerning to me. And then I also picked out the Catrice Fresh It Up Primer. I recently featured this primer in my top 5 brands that I tried in 2019, and I just forgot about how much I really enjoyed this primer. I haven't used it in a hot minute. I have so many primers in my collection. I've been so hooked on my Touch in Sol No Problem and Oh For Cool as a Cucumber that I tend to forget about some of these other ones. The No Problem is in my Project Pan, but I feel like between the 3 primers, they will be rotated quite nice, especially if one does end up running out. For foundation, I chose out the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I've been playing around with this a little bit. I like it, but I don't like it. It's okay coverage. I think it can be built up to an extent. It's very medium. I wouldn't say that it's full coverage. I think this foundation also pulls a little bit more pink on me, which I tend to go for a more neutral undertone. I do struggle shade matching a lot, but I've been wanting to use more drugstore foundations because I tend to use more prestige brands. I do have a lot of foundation and I just don't want it taking up space and collecting dust. For concealer, I picked out the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. I did not like this concealer. I did not like the foundation either. I did a full face of L'Oreal a long time ago. I haven't really used it since, so I just wanted to play around with it just to see if it was just that one time. Maybe I need to set it with a different powder. Maybe I need to play around with a different foundation primer combination. Maybe it'll just be good to cut the crease. I was not really impressed from it the last time I used it. I chose out both a pressed and loose powder. I have this Tarte powder. I don't even know what it's called. It's probably old. I'm so guilty of having really old makeup that just needs to get used. Is that my thing? Is that my niche? As I've mentioned, I'm not the best advocate of using your products in a timely manner. That is one of my goals, is to be a little bit better. It looks barely used, so I don't really have much to comment on it. If I've used it, it looks like older packaging, and powders tend to have a longer shelf life. And then I chose out the Bella Perrier banana setting powder. First of all, it's a banana powder. I love my banana powders, as you know, and it sets the face super nice. If you're worried about pores on your nose or your cheeks, whatever area you are most concerned about your pores, this has your back. I've really been so hooked on my I Heart Revolution banana powder. I'm still stuck on the fact that that was $7 for such a huge jar. I want to revisit this. I got it in an IPSY. I actually have 2 of these. I got one as an add-on because it was $3 and I couldn't resist. For bronzer, I chose out the Park Avenue Princess from Tarte. We got this in a Boxy Luxe. I really only use a couple of shades in this, mainly the first 2, Carrot and Princess Cut. I know this is more of a contour palette, but I use it as a bronzer. The shades Angle and Crown are almost too dark for me. Angle almost pulls a little too orange on me. This is something I just want to see, is it worthwhile keeping, because it is quite bulky. And I forgot to mention, I don't really use these two shades in here. My dumbass tried using them like as actual highlighters while they are actually brightening powders. So I don't know if that's for like your under eyes. I don't really mess around with brightening. I either use like a green concealer or something like that to help conceal and cancel out the darkness instead of trying to brighten it. For blush, I picked out this Jouer Blush palette. I have only used it a handful of times. I love it so much. You're probably looking at this orange going, you love this? No. I love all the other 5 shades. I don't understand this orange. I remember swatching it and being absolutely terrified. I don't know why that would ever be a shade considered. It just ruins the pink color scheme that they have going on. It low-key bothers my OCD. I hope it still performs the way I remember it does. 2 highlighters. I picked out the Ciate London Confetti highlighter. I hate opening this. It's so difficult for me. I got this in a Boxy Premium or Luxe a little while back, and this was okay. It wasn't the most blinding highlighter, but I just wanted to play around with it a little bit, seeing if different blushes help amplify the highlight, or is it just going to be a subtle highlight? I just think that this is just really cool and unique. It's something I wouldn't go for. It reminds me of the highlighter balls. It was like a jar and I had like actual loose balls in it. That sounded really bad. But what I'm trying to say is this looks like the pressed form of it. Moving on, ZBZ. I also picked up the Space Case Cosmetics highlighter. I still have mixed feelings about this. One, that it was counted as a full-size item in my ultimate. And then 2, it just looks like a knockoff ColourPop one. I mean, it was super blinding. It's just been there, done that type of thing. I know each brand is trying to do its thing. You can at least change up the packaging. For setting spray, I chose out the Tarte Double Duty setting spray. I remember it smelling like straight up sunscreen. I thought it was way too misty for me, that I had to use pretty much the whole bottle to set my face. Maybe it wasn't shaken up enough. I hear a lot of good things about it, so I don't know if it's just me and I'm just too picky with setting sprays, because I have a lot of requirements. If you're gonna spend your hard-earned money on it, you want your products to perform to your expectations, right? I guess I was really indecisive about my brows because I chose out a Precisely My Brow pencil. This is a travel size. I don't remember when I got this. It might have been a sample from Ulta or Sephora. I've just really been loving my Wander Beauty brow pencil, or I've been using my ColourPop tinted brow gel and just calling it a day, which is like my new favorite way of filling in my brows. But I also have the Brow Gal pencil. I got this in my first Allure beauty box, which I don't get anymore. RIP. I've only used it like once or twice and I forgot about it, so I just felt like it was a good time to put it back in rotation. I am so indecisive about the IT Cosmetics brow powder pencils. These are supposed to be universal and I still find it way too light for my brows when I try to fill them in. I just have a few of these lying around and I just need to make up my mind if I want to keep them in my collection or if I need to move on with them. Am I just holding on to them because they are brow products and I do go through them kind of quickly? This is a little bit of a waxier formula and I don't really like that. Insert rant about billion-dollar brows here. And then to set the brows, I chose the Brow Gal, the Instant Brow Hair Tinted Brow Gel. It's very similar to the ColourPop one I just mentioned. I haven't tried it by itself. I've only used it after a pencil, so it'd be good to see both ways. And then of course the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gels. I go through these quite quickly, so I figured 2 to be on the safe side. For eyeshadow primer, I chose out a classic Urban Decay Potion Primer. I have so many of these right now. It's pretty much like the only eye primer I have aside from concealers. You'll be seeing a lot of these. It's been a cult favorite of mine for 10+ years. Why try to fix something that isn't broken? So I chose out 3 palettes. All 3 are fairly new to my collection. I have by Rude Cosmetics the Leopardina palette. I've only used this twice. It doesn't really call me and I don't know if I just need to pass it on to someone that might get use out of it or if I just have to pair it with another palette. I like the shimmers. The mattes, they don't blend the best. Some of them are kind of patchy, some of them kind of fade away. The shimmers on the other hand, they perform really nice. The highlighters aren't bad. these three I'm referring to, not the orange. I don't know why brands think that orange is going to complement a lot of skin tones, because it doesn't. It's just kind of figuring out if I want to keep this around a little bit longer. I've had this for a few months now and I haven't found myself reaching for it. Next I have the Miracle palette by Glamlight. I love Glamlight so much. I love this color story. I thought it'd be so much fun for Valentine's Days. You got some pinks and purples up in here. You can add some coral just to spice it up a little bit. I guess I have a shade starting to crumble a little bit. Heavenly? Crumbling eyeshadow is not heavenly, like the name suggests. And then I have this Aesthetica Be Bold eyeshadow palette. I figured I would need a palette that has a little bit more pops of color in it, like this blue and green. So this is my fun palette. I have a neutral, a Valentine's Day, and a colorful one. All three of these I received in subscription boxes. When I received these palettes, they kind of just got stored away immediately, and I want to pull them back out. That way that they get the love that they deserve. I chose out two liquid liners. I have the Mellow Precision Pen Eyeliner. This is actually drying out on me quite quickly. It was a $3 add-on from IPSY. I liked it at first until it started drying out on me. I don't know if I need to store it a little differently. That way like the ink actually gets to the tip. It does like to adhere to the specks of glitter and shimmers, so that might be accelerating it drying out as well. And then I have the Kaleido Cosmetics eyeliner. I like this initially at first, but it adheres the worst to any eyeshadow. Whether it's matte, shimmer, foil, metallic, pressed glitter, it's doomed. I really wanted to be able to use up this product, put it in an empties, and feel accomplished that I used up a product in 2020. And then I chose out two pencil liners. I have the Milani Supreme Kohl pencil. I really like this for my waterline. It's super soft and it retracts. It smudges a little bit, but not too bad. Just carry some Q-tips in your purse. Or if you want a eyeliner that's gonna go literally nowhere, even when you are trying to take off your makeup and you double and triple cleanse, but you still have a little bit just chilling on your waterline, it is the Milk Makeup Long Wear Gel Eyeliner. When it says long wear, it's not messing around. This was my first Milk product that I absolutely fell in love with. It has been a brand that's very hit or miss for me, but I have found a few products that have worked out for me. There are some that I do want to revisit. This is one that I would continue to repurchase and repurchase and repurchase. It's almost to the point where I don't know if I love this or my Dose of Colors one the most. I chose out three mascaras. I have the Douche mascara. This wand is so big. That's like the biggest flaw of this mascara. It doesn't do a bad job lengthening or volumizing. It's just I have tiny eyes and the wand is way too big for it, so I tend to get mascara like under here or on my lid because of the really extra dramatic wand that it has. And then the Ella Maquillage mascara is on its last leg. It's just a really good mascara to help separate any clumps that you might have had in your initial mascara. Since this wand is so dramatic, it does clump a little bit on my lashes, so I like to go in with this one to help separate them and even them out a little bit. So if the Ella Maquillage one dies, I have the Lancome Monsieur Big. I really like this mascara. I don't know why I haven't tried it sooner. It does wonders for my pitiful lashes, and I'm so impressed that I don't need my Lancome XL booster with it. Finally, lip products. Kind of went crazy choosing out lip products because I guess you just don't know what look you're going to be in the mood for. Of course, you can pull out some other products that aren't in your stash. That's just kind of the approach I do. That way I get an idea if I actually really like these products or if it's something I just need to let it go, because I do find myself just hanging on the products. So I chose out by Tarte the Miami Vice. I guess I haven't used this yet. I guess it can go with a bunch of different looks. And then from ColourPop, I have the shade Playing Games, which is more of a mauve shade. I love a good mauve lipstick, and I love the ColourPop formula. I find myself reaching more for these cream bullet lipsticks because they aren't as drying on my lips. They're a little bit more comfortable. These don't seep into my cracks of my lips that liquid lipsticks tend to do. I just have really terrible lips. And then for a more vampy look, I chose Hello Stranger from ColourPop as well. I love being able to have a vampy lip any time of the year. I haven't been in the mood to be as vampy this winter just because of how warm it has been. It makes me super sad. Like, vampy lips are my jam. I did choose one liquid lipstick. It is by Gerard Cosmetics. It is Mudslide. It is one of my new favorite shades. I did not think I would love a brown lipstick as much as I love Mudslide. I was very intimidated by it first because I was afraid it was going to look like I ate poop or something and I just had residue on my lip. I love the Gerard Cosmetics formula. It's a very comfortable liquid lipstick formula. I don't find it drying like I do with a lot of other liquid lipsticks, and it's very long wearing. If I don't feel like wearing a lipstick, I chose out some glosses, and these are fairly new to me. This is where my pink Glam Light gloss has run off to, and I'm super excited about this. I got a peachier gloss in my Bijou Beauty box. I want to see how it wears by itself. Maybe it can also be paired with a lipstick. And then I have the Gerard Cosmetics Pouty Princess Gloss. I got this in the After Christmas mystery box, and I haven't played around much with their glosses. I haven't gone out of my way to purchase a gloss. The glosses that I do have, I've only gotten in their mystery boxes, and this is the first shade I've been really intrigued to try. The other ones that I have just don't really work well with my skin tone. They were just way too bright for me, but I feel like this one will look quite nice. I want to get an idea of the formula, see how it wears by itself, as well as being paired with either a lip liner or a lipstick. I don't know why I just have so many products for Shop My Stash. I guess I was just so excited to incorporate the series again on my channel. I would love to know if you guys shop your stash. How do you rotate out your products? And do you guys stick with what you pick out in your Shop Your Stash, or do you still pull out products here and there? I hope that this keeps me motivated, trying to go through more products in my collection, being able to revisit some long lost holy grails, or is it time to declutter some of the products that are just collecting dust? It does feel good getting rid of products that are just taking up space that you just won't use down the line. I know when I did my reject makeup tag, it did feel really good to declutter some of those products. I don't think I'm ready for a huge declutter yet. I think this is the approach I want to take. That way I'm just not tossing out products just to declutter. I just want to be able to use the products in a nice, thorough manner before parting ways with them, giving them the fair chance that they deserve. I hope that these products work out really well, and that way that they might roll into my 2020 project pan if I'm loving them that much to be able to hit a pan or empty it out completely. I'm really excited to see where February Shop My Stash takes me. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, I appreciate your view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video.